no, it's not the HTC One. This is the HTC One. And below we have the new HTC One Mini. And as you can see, it's just like the HTC One in small. Everything else is just the same. We have the same optics, the same aluminum unibody cover. So that's the story. Thanks for watching. No. Not that quick. There are some differences, of course, and I want to show you. Just take my time. Just wanted to show you that the story is clear, but we have to watch the details. First of all, of course, it's a little smaller. It's 36 instead of 38 millimeters. And we have 132 instead of 138 millimeters. And thickness is exactly the same. It's staying with 9.3 millimeters, but the weight, of course, it's now 128 grams instead of 143. So it's quite a difference by feeling it, you know what I mean? If I'm holding it in my hand, I have especially no problems to cross with my thumb from one corner to the other. Like on the one, it was a little problem and you have to grip over and then press over there. So there's, of course, need for smaller displays. In this case, it's 4.3 inches instead of 4.7, but nevertheless, it's the same LCD 2. That's just another name for IPS, especially it's dual domain IPS. So you can see, I hope so, even if we have some reflections from the lamps, from the lights, nevertheless you can see that you have almost 180 degrees viewing angle and especially great contrast. So it's the same brilliant display like on the HTC One, but just smaller. Resolution is 720 by 1280 instead of full HD, of course. And we have, yeah, I'm sorry to say, not the same processor inside. On the one, we had the Snapdragon 600, the fastest one at the moment, like on the version in the European version of the Samsung Galaxy S4, the Snapdragon 600 quad-core with 1.7 gigahertz, and now here in the Mini we have that Snapdragon 400, the same like in the Galaxy S4 Mini and Mega. So I haven't tested the Snapdragon 400 yet, so we have to see, but I guess it will be quite great. Almost, even if it's just a dual core with 1.4 gigahertz. But we have also just 1 gigabyte RAM instead of 2 gigabyte. And of course, as you can see, again, that built-in fixed battery, you can't remove the cover. This is fixed. And we have, instead of 2,300, we have now 1,800 milliampere hours. But if you compare this to the size of the screen, it's almost the same ratio. Nevertheless, it's the problem is you don't have a slot for micro SD card again. And here we go, instead of 32 gigabyte internal memory, we have only 16 gigabyte now on the One Mini, leaving some 11 gigabyte free out of the box. So that's a problem in my opinion, because you can't expand that memory. Of course, you have cloud storage and you have USB on the go down here, so you can plug on a dongle with a special cable, and USB stick, for example, so you can move your photos and data and whatever you have. But nevertheless, especially for gamers, I guess it's not a great device because just dual core. Nevertheless, it's a Snapdragon 400 and the 11 gigabyte net memory. Yeah, well, we will see how many people will love this device. I don't have to decide that. But coming back to the design, of course, you can see it's the same like on the One. These are some spare separate lines over here for the antenna signals, but as you can see, we don't have that small one over here, and that's for NFC, meaning the Mini doesn't support NFC, unfortunately. And the other thing is, if we have again a look at the top, you will realize over here on the One we have that on-off standby, being at the same time an infrared. So you can have this as a remote control for your TV, for your stereo and whatever. And on the other hand, we have that one mini without infrared, so you can't use it as a remote. It's just a plain, normal, regular on-off standby over here. But we have again those big stereo boom busters, loudspeakers here, producing so HTC the same big sound like on the HTC One. That was really great, of course. And we have that new Android 4.2.2 surface, meaning especially here on the top, on the center. Oops. Doesn't like me today, this one, just with an update here on the HTC One coming today here in Europe, or in Germany at least, and with this new feature set from Android 4.2.2. For example, these quick references, or what is it called, quick icons to switch on or off immediately, let's say Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, or whatever you need, but not GPS, of course, and that you can't edit them at the moment, but that will come later, I hope. So it's the same surface, same blink feed, of course, like this one here, so the same feature set, but a smaller CPU, just 1 GB RAM instead of 2, and especially 16 instead of 32 GB internal memory. Yeah, no NFC, did I say that? Yeah, and that smaller display. But the camera is the same. It's again 4 megapixels, these big ultra pixels catching more light, but without any optical stabilizer, just a digital stabilizer on the Mini. So we have to see in the final review, and I guess I will do a media check with the Mini. We have to see if the stabilization, especially compared to the low light photography and video, will be the same like on the one with that optical stabilizer, how much the optical stabilizer will do and how much will do the ultra pixel, the big sensors on the sensor, on the big, yeah, pixels on the sensor. Now we've got it. All right, great. And how much does it cost? Yeah, here we go. At least here in Germany, HTC is giving me the price of 449 euros without any contract, compared to 669 euros of the big one. But instead, in the web, we have other prices. In the meantime, the one is round about 550 euros without any contract, and I guess at the start the one Mini will round about 420, 430 roundabout. So that's a bigger difference. So maybe someone will spare this difference on the price and say, all right, I don't need the quad core, I don't need NFC and so on, and I love that big sexy screen, that smaller screen lying better in my palm, you know. So we will see. Here in Europe, and I guess worldwide, as far as I know, the HTC One Mini will come at the beginning of August. All right. I hope that's enough for a first impression of the HTC One Mini. Thanks for watching, take care, and I hope to see you back soon.